Hi guys, Silva here, and welcome to the first review of the year 2023, the year of the rabbit. I really wonder why China chose such a weird thing to base a whole year on, cause like all other years are like animals or mystical creatures. Well, a rabbit? It's a rabbit? Like the bunny thing? Ooh. Well, but like, I already finished a script for Transformers Power the Prime's Rippersnapper.
As vicious as those monstrous terror guns.
Lucky we have the Technobots.
Yeah, but those high-tech heroes are in for one horrific battle.
Rippersnapper and other Terrorcons were created by Quintessence as a peace symbol between them and the Decepticons. Sadly, each of them weren't the sharpest tool in the shed. As I mentioned earlier, Rippersnapper has a massive inferiority complex that causes him to lash out in bursts of anger as he sees everything as inferior to him and worth to be killed.
Why we quit? Why we transform? Rippersnapper don't want to stop now!
Man, another character that I think needs to have a meeting with a therapist. Fun fact, Rippersnapper is so angry that he was originally supposed to be named Frenzy, as we can see in the scripts of Thieves in the Night. But probably someone noticed that this name was already used by a character that not only appeared in the show, but still had toys on shelves. In his robot mode, Snapper stands at around 15 cm tall. He's cast in mostly white and blue plastic with some details painted in silver, green and red. Snapper has a rather average build with some rather unique sculpted details, like his chest that's mostly based on the G1 Toys stickers. The thing that for sure catches your eye first with him is the
Rounded shoulders!
a rather rare thing for G1 designs. Oh yeah, there is also a backpack with shark head and a pair of missile launchers. I remember that they felt really different, since most of the time Deluxes in Prime Wars era only came with one accessory, and Rippersnapper comes with 3. If you want to count his Wolverine wrist gloss, you can say he is armed to the teeth. Since we are already talking about his accessories, let's look at the third one, the Prime Master Armor. By flipping this plate down, you can attach it to Rippersnapper's chest. And I know we collectively memed on Power the Prime armors, but I feel when you're attaching a shard of God's souls, you need special equipment for it. Talking about that, each Power the Prime's toy came with a card depicting how included characters would use the power of one of the 13 primes. Mine Rippersnapper came with Megatronus' card. It stated that he eats up his enemies and turns them into armored chum. But he can also power link with other bots to share his thrashing jaws, eats data proving his inferiority, and even helps other bots eliminate the weaknesses. Man, that's so cool of you, Snapper. Even though he has issues with himself, he's always ready to help out his buddies. Oh, also the covering for the armor can be used as like a gun thing. Let's move on to the articulation. Snapper has a rather basic leg movement. Thigh rotation, ball joint, waist rotation, ball joint in the shoulder, ball joint in elbows, and
Holy shit! Rotating wrists!
you kids have it easy these days with Warfare Cybertron articulation. Back in Prime Wars, this shit was the leap in hand movement. Oh, also head articulation. Also, I don't know if we can count this articulation, but his rockets can move up and down. Now let's move on to the alt mode. Transformation is really simple. Like he kinda pulls up his pants, puts a shark hoodie over his head, deploys a pair of legs, a tail, and bam, you get a land shark? Maybe he's like a cousin of the Sharkticons? Original prototype. While Sharkticons are a mass-produced model, there's for sure some headcanon potential here. The most interesting design detail here is the fake thermic sticker mounted on his head. For some reason all Terrorcons have this detail. Articulation is mostly the same. You lose robot mode legs but get ball jointed and hinged beast mode legs, a hinged tail and a movable shark jaw. Either way you can have him in either 70s goofy upright mode or edgy 2000s reboot quadruped stance, but no matter what, he will always look like a tokusatsu body. In some poses you can even see his head poking through the shark jaw, giving him a vibe of a walk-around park mascot. My only issue with this mode is the tail. Due to the way it's constructed, it's really thin. Also, you can tab in the Prime Master armors on his back. He can now either use the power of the Primes in his Beast mode, or it can be used as a saddle. Oh yeah, a little detour. Powder Primes wasn't the first update Terrorcon got. Let's look at the released in Prime Beast Hunters Legends class Prime Rippersnapper. This snapper is mostly the same as his G1 self, but instead of being created by the Quintessence, he's a clone of ancient Cybertronian revived in modern days by Shockwave. I have a lot of nostalgia to this mold since this and Cutthroat were one of my few Transformers toys I had as a kid. From what I remember, I bought him in like a cheap food store. It wasn't a Biedronka or Lidl or a Tesco, it was something different. They were hanging around on like a pillar near the cash registers. In road mode, Ripper is a really top heavy build with a pair of comically skinny legs, while his alt mode sadly is just some dinosaur instead of a land shark. I don't know if they wanted to keep him with like the theme of Predacons in the Prime series where they were all lizards or like lizard-like beings. But come on, that was like his whole deal. Toy came with a Stormshot bow, but they can find it on mine. It's a fine mold, a little silly goober. I can see why they used this one till its mold probably peeled over and died. Like this Grimlock released in the Age Extinction, a special version of Rippersnapper, a original character in the Last Night. Oh yeah, also leg mode for Abominus. Sadly I don't have hunger for this one, but I can say it kinda looks like a boot made from a skinned lizard. Oh, I forgot, I didn't mention the limb of the Prime Rippersnapper. As mentioned earlier, Rippersnapper is a part of the Terrorcons, a team which could combine into Abominus. I'm not going to talk about the full combiner now, but I can mention that our mode is rather simple. I like the Prime's limbs made from armors. They have a nice articulation in the thumb, as well as like the spiked fingerless glove vibe. While leg mode, it gives you a nice shark-headed boot with working rocket launchers on his knees. So in my final opinion, Rippersnapper is fine. If you like some of the later wacky sci-fi bots, he would look great with other later G1 cons. Now thinking, Terrorcons kinda felt like a prelude to what Decepticons were. Blue and purple colors, wacko beast modes, like a peek at the future. These days I would for sure recommend getting some other Quintessence units to create yourself a nice Quintessence battle squadron. Thank you for watching, hope you liked the first review of 2023. I have other Terrorcons ordered, so maybe throughout the year I will look at the other Quintessence creations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my social media, and all my other videos. Bye!